everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This is Samantha, and today I'm going to share with you our thoughts on the Hewitt Homeschooling 2nd grade Lightning Literature and Composition, so stay tuned. So everyone, I'm pretty excited to share with you our thoughts on the 2nd grade Hewitt Homeschooling Lightning Literature and Composition. I had never heard of this program before until we were given the opportunity to give it a test run. And most of you that are familiar with our channel know that we are part of the Homeschool Review crew, and throughout the year we are given opportunities to test out different curriculum. And this is a curriculum that we had the opportunity to test out, and I have to say that I adore this program, so much so that I can't quit talking about it and I can't quit telling my friends about it. So anyway, this is a look at it. You can get it as a group or you can get just the workbooks. It's completely up to you. But what I got for my review was the Lightning Literature and Composition Grade 2 Teacher's Guide, which I will be showing you guys a closer look at this. And I also received the Student Workbook. And the Student Workbook is what absolutely won me over, as well as the recommended reading books that go along with this. So, for starters, I want to tell you first that this is a full literature and language arts curriculum. They do recommend that you do get a penmanship if you do penmanship in your homeschool, as well as spelling. They do have journal entries in this book, but as far as focusing just on penmanship, that would be something, if you do that, like I said, you would want to add. So what do you cover in this book? Well, as I mentioned, you cover amazing stories, and I don't have the... my goodness, my mind's on blank. I don't have the poetry book because this is all I got. You can get it as a set with a poetry book. However, I haven't got to the point of needing my poetry book. That is coming next week, that we reach that part. And my book should be here no later than Friday. So with that being said, I can't show you that, but I can show you some of the awesome books that we have read so far. So let me let you look at those. The first book we started off with when it came to this program was Max's Words. I don't have that one. Believe it or not, our library actually had that book, so I didn't have to go out and buy that book. We have a very small library, and for the most part, we have been purchasing the books as we go because we've not been able to check them out from our library. So anyway, Max's Words was one of our favorites, and I have a feeling I'm going to be ordering that just because my little guy loves it so much. So that's one of his favorite books, and that is the first book you will actually cover with this curriculum. The second book you'll cover is The Old Lady Who Named Things. This, once again, if you are a fan of Cynthia Rylant, you are going to adore this book. This was a favorite. This was one our library actually had as well, but because he loved it so much, we actually had to go out and purchase this book. And we read this book for the entire week, every day, because that's what he wanted to do. It wasn't necessary to read it every day, but we did, and that's okay because he really enjoyed this book. So this was the second book that we covered throughout our classes. The third book that we did was Teddy, the story of young Teddy Roosevelt. And this is just to kind of give you an idea of the different types of books you're going to be looking at as far as this curriculum goes. This was a great story, and it was a great way to introduce him to Teddy Roosevelt, and it told him a little bit about Teddy Roosevelt's life. So this was the third week that we did that one. Fourth, no, it doesn't matter though. Third week was actually The Bee Tree. He loved this book. I had never read this book, so I wasn't familiar with it, but it was definitely a keeper. This was one that we did have to purchase because it wasn't available at our library, but it was a huge hit. And then week number 5. Week number 5 was Insect Detective. So this was a really cool book as well. So basically, with this program, you are covering a variety of different books. So, which I love because that's such a great way to introduce them to different types of writing. And that way they are able to find what they're passionate about and what are their favorite types of writing. So, like I said, we have really enjoyed that. So, some of you guys want to know what exactly does it cover. So, in this, you're going to be covering your capitalization, your proper nouns. You're going to be covering regular and irregular plurals. Also going to be covering synonyms and antonyms, as well as parts of speech. So, your nouns, your verbs, your adjectives, and your adverbs. And I had a little cheat sheet there because I don't want to forget one. Also, you're going to be learning how to punctuate a dialogue, and there's just so much more that you're going to cover. And like I said, this is an amazing program. So I'm going to stop talking right now, and I'm going to give you a peek inside the book. So I'm going to start out by showing you guys the student workbook. So we'll open that up here. Excuse the handwriting because Luke's already been working in it. But as you can see, immediately upon opening this book, you see the color. You're going to have color throughout, and it's beautiful. We love it, love it, love it. You also have the 3-hole punches if you want to pull it out and put it in a different book. You do have that option. It does easily tear out, and you can even do your journal in a separate way if you choose to, or whatever. For right now, it's worked for us keeping in this book. So the first book, as we talked about, you're going to be reading is Max's Words. And with Max's Words, they're going to do alphabetical order. And they do 1 page a day. So you have alphabetical order. And then you flip over here, and you have where you do your what the story is about, what I think of the story, and then they do their favorite sentence. So you have that on every week. You have that. And this is just to kind of give you a look at it. Right here, they were putting the sentence in the order that it should go in that makes sense. And then you have the old woman who names things. And with this one, we did plural nouns, proper nouns. So this is kind of what it looked like. And so basically, it's going to keep doing the same thing, which is kind of nice. Monday, you have a page. Tuesday, you have a page. And I also want to mention as well, because I didn't mention that, I showed you guys picture books. But you also will be doing chapter books as well. And so keep that in mind. And the ones that have the chapter books, the lessons, they still are 4 days. But they'll just continue on for another week or 2 weeks till you finish it. So that's always nice. And is what we do. You can obviously do it however you prefer. But Monday we'll read our book and we'll do the lesson. And this particular lesson is 2 pages on this book. And then Tuesday we'll do our lesson. And then at the end of our lesson on Tuesday, we will sometimes read the book again. If he really, really likes the book, he'll request it to be read every day, which is fine. So on Tuesday, after we finish our worksheet, we'll come over here and we'll do what the story is about. Wednesday, we usually do what I think of the story as well as the Wednesday worksheet. And then on Thursday, we do my favorite sentence along with the Thursday worksheet. That's what works best for us. Like I mentioned, obviously, you can do it however you want to do it. It's completely up to you. And like I mentioned before, you can go to their website, and it'll even show you the books that you're going to be covering throughout the entire year. You will be even covering Mr. Popper's Penguin, if I'm not mistaken, yes. So Mr. Popper's Penguin, the Boxcar Children, My Father's Dragon. So those are just some of the ones. And you do use your book of poetry several times throughout as well. Also in the back of the book, they have, and let me flip on back here, you have your dictionary. So they can put new words every week inside the dictionary. So they have this area right here they can fill out as well. Like I said, it's very welcoming. It's not intimidating. And we love it. There, we have been given plenty of room to write all of our stuff. We're not trying to cram it in. So this is what works for us. So that's just a peek inside the student workbook. Now I will show you a look at the teacher book. Okay, so here's the teacher book. Now, sadly, our book is not as colorful as the student's book, but that's okay. It's very helpful. So let's open up our teacher book here. And when you first open it up, you have your table of contents, and it also tells you how to use the teacher guide. So you do have that, and then you can start with your first one. So right here, it tells how to use it. Talks about the grammar and mechanics, the composition, tailoring the course to what you need. So you do have the option to change up all of that, even the dictionary. You can change up any of that you choose. It's completely up to you. And then so day 1, it tells you kind of what you're going to be covering. Day 2, it breaks it up for you. And also helps every week. It breaks up the story. And so I will talk to him about that. So we'll talk about the story and the character and the settings and the external details and the internal details. And so he's learning parts of the story as he goes, because every week we talk about this and the conflict and the theme, and I ask him to tell me this, and if he doesn't know, then we'll talk more about it, because you know, some days are going to be different than others. And so also, I forgot to mention as well, optional reading material. You can definitely pull in more from the authors we have on every one of these. And it does suggest you read Winnie the Pooh. Now, I have never read Winnie the Pooh before. until this, and I wasn't sure if my boys would like it. But come to find out, they love it. I had never thought of reading Winnie the Pooh. I know when I got it, my husband was like, why do you have Winnie the Pooh? I was like, well, our curriculum said to read Winnie the Pooh. And so far we have been very impressed with it. So like day one, we'll just say, I'm just going to show you really quick because basically it's like the third book. It's going to keep repeating. But day one, we read the story, we do the worksheet, and then it has me ask him questions. So I go and I ask him questions and he gives me the answer and it has me jot it down. So I've done that. And then you talk more about your grammar and mechanics. And here's the answer. So you do have the answers for it, should you need it. And then you have your composition. And so this is something that they can do optional, like with Max's words, it was they could find words in magazines and they could collect words. They have their dictionary, they can put words in their dictionary and things like that. But as we went on, it has asked, him to start writing and doing research, and I like that. It's nothing long, but it's giving him a start on writing. A start that I wished I would have done with my now 5th grader back when he was going into the 2nd grade. And it does it in a way that it doesn't feel like a lot of writing. So it's really nice. And see, they do their report interview for like the old woman who named things. Once again, they wrote that, and then their composition was for them to interview an older member of their family and ask them questions, write it down, and then they could write a paper about the person they interviewed. So it's laid out in a way that's really great. Luke interviewed, and he also did a video, so he's got that. He chose to do his grandmother, so we have that on video as well for us to keep forever. But that's what he did, and it's just little things like that. With, like, for instance, TD, it was to pick a president and do a paper on your president to find out facts. But this is just kind of what it looks like. And at the front of each week, you do have your week at a glance. So you do have that. Also, at the back of the book, you have your half-inch uppercase and lowercase, letters and numbers. It's going to show you the proper way for them to hold a pencil if you're working on that. Because a lot of going into 2nd grade, they still have to have reminders and practice on their writing, and that's perfectly fine. Whether they're right-handed, left-handed, if they're doing cursive, it also comes with extra papers that you can make copies of as well in case they need the writing paper. So that is just a quick look at the inside of the teacher's guide and the student guide. Alright everyone, so that was a peek inside both of the books. I hope you enjoyed that. To learn more about the Hewitt Homeschooling, I'll put a link that you can go to their site. Currently, right now, they only have 1st, 2nd, and 3rd grade. It said 4th grade's coming soon. I wish they had 5th grade because I would definitely have Davis doing this program as well because I'm pretty sure he would love it. And they also have higher grades as well. So I will put a link down in the description below so you can go to their website and check more of that out. So thank you guys for watching. If you are new to the channel, be sure and hit that subscribe button. If you like the video, we would love it if you would give us a thumbs up. So thank you for watching and have a wonderful rest of your day.